Welcome to our next step in the Spring in Paris quilt along, and now this video is about pressing. So the classic way to press joined rows is to press all the seams in one row in one direction and then the next row in the opposite direction, so that the seams are nesting and you get good matching points. And this is all fine if you have straight vertical seams. But in this case, when you have diagonal 60-degree seams and you have those 6 tips which come together in the middle of a ball, and you want to lie them really nice and flat. So in this case, we have to figure out how we can do that. So what I really want to do is I want to have this piece open here. So that means I have that seam in that direction and this one in that direction. But when I go to the next tip, it would no longer work. I would have a lot of bulk here. So how can I help myself in this case? What I do is I clip and make it flip. Though if I clip here and I do that diagonally to the crane, then I can flip this one open and this one open too. So let's try to do that. So if I iron my seam now, that one is open, and see, the next one can be open too. So we clip diagonally so we don't cause fraying edges here, and we clip nearly to the seam. Be careful not to clip into your seam, but end 1 or 2 threads before the seam is. This is not a classic way, I know, but we don't care about quilt police, we do just what works for us. Though, let's do the complete joint strip here. So basically I want to go all the seams in that direction over here, so this way. But now I have to clip some of the seams so they stay open. So I clip here, and I clip here, again here, here, here. Okay, I did that one wrong, but well, I can clip another one. So now I just iron it open. It can need a little bit deeper clip. And I don't use any steam here. I could do, but actually I figured that when I am on the bias, it's safer not to use any steam, so that I don't distort or stretch it too much. So now I turn it over, and again from this side. So this is my pieced and pressed strip. As you can see, it has a slight bow in it. That's not a problem at all. Later, this is all cut a little bit on the bias, so it stretches in which direction you want it. So later, when we join the matching points, then it will be adjusted, and also those little waves here will quilt out. So don't worry about that. Also, I strive to make it as perfect as possible. It is just not doable with triangles to have the same exact result as you would have with straight grain here. So also what you can see is, for example, here my seam allowance is a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. I don't care for that neither, so I later pin it exactly through that point. So I need 1/4 of an inch from here, and I make a straight connection from this point to that point, and this little tip can be trimmed off, so, and adjusted here. So no problem. The same here. Let's check. This is 1/4 of an inch, so we can trim off this little piece here. So don't be too harsh on yourself. This is how your pressed row should look. So go and press all your seams. And the next step would be to put these little ends onto the quilt, so we have a one straight edge next to the border.